Tickets for D23, the Ultimate Disney Fan Events, go on sale next week. Let's discuss the details. It's Thursday, March 26th, and today Disney announced new information about D23, the Ultimate Disney Fan Events, including more information about the event itself, information on how to purchase tickets, and most exciting in my opinion is the announcement of who will be in this year's class of Disney Legends. I'm going to save that one for last. If you're not familiar with D23, the Ultimate Disney Fan Event, it is a biannual event at the Anaheim Convention Center. It is the largest D23 event of the year, where they announce exciting updates to Disney parks and experiences, to Disney entertainment, where they induct Disney Legends, and it is an incredible opportunity to connect with other Disney fans, and there's just a lot that's included in here that I will talk a little bit more about. And this year's event is taking place on August 14th, 15th, and 16th at the Anaheim Convention Center, with the showcases happening at the Honda Center. They established this back in 2024 as the new format for these D23 events. But the lineup of events actually starts the week before, because on Saturday, August 28th, there is a D23 member preview of the Walt Disney Archives presents Capturing Life, Creating Character, the Art of Live Action Reference. The Walt Disney Archives has a showcase every year at D23, or every other year at D23, the Ultimate Disney Fan Event. And this one is really interesting. It is an all-new exhibition on the show floor, and it's going to invite guests to learn a lot more about this exact topic, right? The art of live action reference. As Disney says, you're going to take a peek through the looking glass at a collection of rare photographs of live performers and their animated counterparts, as well as costume pieces, works of art, and interactives. And there's also going to be VIP tours that will walk through the charming snapshots celebrating the actors' performances and the tenacious work of the Disney animation staff with an archivist from the Walt Disney Archives. D23 members not holding a VIP tour ticket are welcome to join the magic at the public reception beginning at 4 p.m. in the Museo Courtyard, concluding at 6 p.m. No ticket is required for admission to the public reception, but capacity is limited and available on a first-come, first-served basis. There's more information on the D23 website, d23.com, if you want to learn more about that. On Tuesday, August 11th, is D23 Night at Anaheim Packing House, which is going to be the perfect way to gather and celebrate with fellow Disney fans leading into the week of the event. All guests are invited. There's no membership required to join for a night of throwing it back to the early 2000s with a DJ playing some of your favorite throwback tunes, trivia themed to some of your favorite DCOMs and 2000s Disney flicks, and more. Then on Wednesday, almost a Thursday, August 12th, is D23 Night at Angel Stadium. This is also returning. It is an event that was previously held where you're going to get to perhaps cheer for the home team as the Angels take on the Texas Rangers. And as the Disney D23 website says, quote, enjoy anything but basic before the game activities and D23 exclusive areas, including trivia and photo ops for the whole family. Plus, the first 23,000 attendees entering the stadium will receive a themed D23 Mickey Mouse bobblehead, 2,300 of these being an exclusive gold variant and randomly distributed. The next day, on Thursday, August 13th, is D23 Day at Disneyland Resort and Disney Junior Let's Play Party. This is also a previous event that happened at the last D23 Ultimate Disney Fan Event. As the Disney D23 website says, quote, as D23, the Ultimate Disney Fan Event presented by Visa nears, for sure you and your fam are looking to make the most out of your time while enjoying the festivities of this grandiose gathering. As it just so happens, the happiest place on earth is right down the block from this historic happening, and the one-day celebration D23 at the Disneyland Resort will be returning in 2026. And here's what is more information about this. Beginning at park opening and while supplies last, there's going to be a limited quantity of complimentary Mickey Mouse ear hats featuring the D23 Day at Disneyland Resort logo that's going to be handed out to guests entering Disneyland Park and Disney California Adventure Park on that day. Both parks will welcome ticketed D23 fans from rope drop to late night. Guests can also enjoy a special cavalcade that will feature select Disney legends who have been recognized for their impact and contributions to the Disney legacy, as well as some beloved Disney characters. Then there's the Plus Disney Junior Let's Play Party, returning for a one-day special event tailored to families with young children at Disney California Adventure Park. It's going to feature live entertainment, Disney Junior characters, and fun photo opportunities. And then afterward, this Disney Junior festivity extends from Friday, August 14th through Sunday, August 16th at Downtown Disney District. And all guests with a valid theme park admission and reservation, including D23 members and event attendees, are invited to this resort-wide celebration. Admission to both theme parks is available for purchase for all Disney fans. Regular theme park admission prices apply, and both theme park admission and park reservations will be required for park entry for every park guest. All week long, you're also going to have gold member offers throughout the event at Downtown Disney and Disneyland Resort. I'm going to not list them all out here for you, but again, head to d23.com for the details. And the main event is, as I mentioned, happening on August 14th, 15th, and 16th in two locations, the Anaheim Convention Center and the Honda Center. You can think of the Anaheim Convention Center as the traditional components of this, including over 50 panels, presentations, shopping, immersive experiences. It's the place that you're going to get to connect with Disney fans throughout the day. On Friday, August 14th, you can attend the Disney Entertainment Showcase, which is going to include announcements for your favorite films, shows, Disney Channel, and other entertainment franchises. On Saturday, August 15th, is the Disney Experiences Showcase, which it will include the major updates for parks, resorts, cruise lines, and other experiences around the world. And on Sunday, August 16th, you can attend the Disney Legends ceremony, which will, of course, include the induction of the new class of Disney Legends. And just like last time, this is going to be hosted by Ryan Seacrest. So let's talk about the ticket options that are available and the key dates that you need to keep in mind if you are a D23 Gold member. So March 31st, at 10 a.m. Pacific time. If you are a D23 Gold Charter member, which means you have maintained your individual D23 Gold membership or similar type of plan, or D23 Gold Duo plan as the primary member continuously before December 31st, 2009, you are considered a D23 Gold Charter member, and you can begin purchasing tickets on March 31st at 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific time. If you are a D23 Gold member on an Essential, Choice, or Complete plan, you can begin purchasing your tickets on April 2nd at 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific time. And if you're a D23 Gold member on a complimentary plan through Disney Plus Perks, you can begin purchasing tickets on that same day, April 2nd, at 12 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. That's just 2 hours later. The prices do vary, and they start at just $49 if you want a D23 Fan Pass, which is a one-day afternoon only just at the Anaheim Convention Center. So if you just want to check it out, go to shopping, check out some of the immersive experiences, and maybe see a panel or two, then that's going to be the option for you. If you want just a D23 Fan Pass for one day, which is just going to give you access to the Anaheim Convention Center, to the panels and presentations and shopping and exhibits that are happening at that specific location of the two for one day, that is a $99 ticket. If you want to go for 3 days at the Anaheim Convention Center, then that's going to be $297. Now, if you want to tag on one of the showcases, whether it be the entertainment showcase, the experiences showcase, or the Disney Legends showcase, you can buy either a D23 Ultimate Fan Pass for Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, and those prices start at $99, but that is just if you want. This is the complicated part. The Honda Center has reserved seating, and those range from floor seating, which is considered a level 100, up to the 200 level, which is the next level up. Then you have 3 levels beyond that are all considered 400. There's a 400 lower level, a 400 upper level, and a 400 level on the side, which is basically almost 90 degrees from the stage on either end. So if you want that, for instance, for a one-day D23 Ultimate Fan Pass that includes the Honda Center and Anaheim Convention Center on either that Friday or Saturday or Sunday, that starts at $99 for section 400 on the side and goes down to section 200, the lower level, that is $319. The next level up is D23 Ultimate Fan Pass, a 3-day ticket, which includes the Anaheim Convention Center and all 3 showcases at the Honda Center. This starts at $297 for Section 400 on the side, and it goes all the way down to Section 200, that is a $957 ticket. For all of these, if you are at the Honda Center, much like going to a concert, you are going to select your seat in one of those sections, but this gives you an idea of the prices that you're looking at. And the last option is the D23 Ultimate Preferred Fan Pass. This includes access to the Anaheim Convention Center and the showcases at the Honda Center, and you're going to get a guaranteed floor seat and again be able to pick your seat. You're also going to get an RSP opportunity. Those start at $1,299 for the back of the floor section and go up to, if you want that very front best ticket right up against the stage, $2,599. And each ticket is subject to an $11.25 service fee, and each transaction is subject to a $16 delivery fee. Now that you know a little bit more about the event, let's double tap on the Disney Legend ceremony. You might have seen today's announcement for the Disney Legend inductees for this year. This is going to take place again on Sunday, August 16th. It's going to happen at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time at the Honda Center. And it's going to be hosted, as I mentioned, from Emmy-winning television host Ryan Seacrest, who's going to be returning as the host of the ceremony for this year. Let's run through who is being inducted in this ceremony. It is a 39-year tradition of the Walt Disney Company that began in 1987, and there are, including this year's honorees, a total of 329 Disney legends that have been named. So let's run through who they are, and these are listed alphabetically. First up is Chris Berman. In 1979, a new cable network hired a novice broadcaster, and they both became legendary. The network was ESPN, and the then 24-year-old talent was Chris Berman, now a celebrated and influential figure in the world of sports broadcasting. At the time, this was unprecedented. There had never been anything on television like ESPN before. The people who worked there invented it as they did it. As ESPN moved into the 1980s and quickly became the destination for viewers to turn to for sports and sports news, Chris played a significant role in shaping ESPN's tone as he made a unique connection with audiences. He was part of ESPN's coverage of the NFL draft for the first time and has covered everything from the World Series and the Super Bowl to Monday Night Football and the U.S. Open. I'm going to save the rest of the details for the Disney Legend ceremony. Next up is Jerry Bruckheimer, the most successful film and television producer of all time. Academy Award-nominated Jerry Bruckheimer's credits include the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, Top Gun in 1986, National Treasure from 2004, Bad Boys from 1995, and Beverly Hills Cop from 1984 franchises, as well as such hits as Black Hawk Down, Pearl Harbor, Remember the Titans, Enemy of the State, Armageddon, Con Air, The Rock, Crimson Tide, and Flashdance. His most recent blockbuster, F1, grossed over $631 million at the global box office, becoming the highest-grossing sports movie of all time. Next on the list is Susan Egan. This multi-talented performer holds a distinctive place in Disney history as the first actress to bring a Disney heroine to life on Broadway when she originated the role of Belle in Beauty and the Beast, earning both Tony Award and Drama Desk nominations for Best Actress, and as the iconic voice of the sharp-witted femme fatale Megara in the animated feature Hercules. Next up is Eric Goldberg. Acclaimed as one of the industry's top animators, designers, and directors, Eric Goldberg has brought to life some of Walt Disney Animation Studios' most unforgettable characters. Born in Levittown, Pennsylvania, Eric has been drawing cartoons since he was 4 years old. After studying illustration, filmmaking, and animation at Brooklyn's Pratt Institute, he entered the animation profession in the mid-1970s. In the 1980s, Eric started his own London-based studio, Pizzazz Pictures, producing animated television commercials. Then came along an opportunity from John Musker and Ron Clements, directors of Disney Animation's then-in-development Aladdin. In designing and animating Genie, Eric made Aladdin's shape-shifting sidekick the ultimate animated character. Since Genie can transform himself into any shape in any second, Eric's Quicksilver animation had him assume rapid-fire forms, everything from a bee to Jack Nicholson to Walt Disney's own Pinocchio. Eric next directed Pocahontas alongside Mike Gabriel and served as the supervising animator for the wisecracking satyr Phil and Hercules. There's a lot more in here. Again, I'm going to save that for another time. Next up is Anne Hathaway, a veteran of stage and screen with memorable performances spanning everywhere from the fictitious likes of Genovia and Wonderland to the high-rise offices of the real-world international fashion industry. Few in Hollywood have left the indelible impact of the many realms of popular culture as Anne Hathaway. Born in New York City, Anne became a student of the performing arts from a young age before eventually landing at both Vassar College and later New York University. Anne's Disney career began with her turn as the memorable Mia Thermopolis in both The Princess Diaries and The Princess Diaries 2 Royal Engagement, both starring vessels that firmly planted her Hollywood roots at the feet of adoring fan bases across the globe. She was later cast as the mild-mannered White Queen in Tim Burton's Academy Award-winning take on Alice in Wonderland and its follow-up, Alice Through the Looking Glass. Again, a lot more to say about Anne Hathaway, but let's move on to a pretty big one, Bob Iger. I think you all know who this is, but widely recognized as one of the world's most consequential business leaders, Bob Iger led the Walt Disney Company for 2 decades. You know what? I'm going to leave it here because I did a whole episode about Bob Iger last week. So if you want to hear more, check that out. Let's move on to the next one. Kim Irvine. Over her 55 years at Walt Disney Imagineering, the leadership of Kim Irvine has resulted in an enduring legacy of creativity and elevated artistic standards across Disney parks globally, but especially at Walt Disney's original Magic Kingdom, Disneyland. At the time of her retirement in 2024, Kim served as executive creative director of Walt Disney Imagineering's Anaheim office and oversaw the concept designs, color styling, and interior design for most Disneyland Resort projects. A Southern California native, this prolific Imagineer grew up with Disney as a living experience in her own home. Her father was an animator at the studio Harvey Toombs, and her mother was Imagineer and Disney legend Leota Toombs, who among her many accomplishments left an indelible mark on Disneyland's Haunted Mansion as the visage of the ethereal Madame Leota. Again, so many more credits for Kim Irvine, but let's move on to The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. In a career defined by breaking stereotypes, Dwayne Johnson began by rewriting a well-worn cliche. For him, necessity was the mother of reinvention. After a nomadic childhood marked by economic insecurity, Johnson was down to his last $7. At 23, he had just seen his dream of playing professional football slip away. Rather than retreat, Johnson threw himself into the first series of bold transformations. Over his father's objectives, but with his mother's blessing, Johnson plunged headlong into professional wrestling. Less than a decade later, he would cement himself as the most popular and successful wrestler of all time. Johnson risked that success by reinventing himself once more as an actor and over the years eventually becoming the highest paid leading man in Hollywood. He followed that by expanding into producing film, TV, and digital programming through the resonantly named Seven Bucks Productions. In addition, Johnson wrote a memoir that became a New York Times #1 bestseller and has channeled his other varied passions into a range of philanthropic and entrepreneurial endeavors. Again, so much more to be said about Dwayne Johnson. But next up is the Jonas Brothers. Nick, Joe, and Kevin Jonas first rose to prominence in the early aughts as the Jonas Brothers and have gone on to be globally recognized as 2-time Grammy Award nominees and multi-platinum pop stars as a unit and as individuals. Formed in 2005, the Band of Brothers soundtracked the mid-late 2000s and became celebrated household names with albums It's About Time, Jonas Brothers, A Little Bit Longer, and Lines, Vines, and Trying Times. Let's move on to the next one. Lin-Manuel Miranda. We may not talk about Bruno, but we definitely talk about Lin-Manuel Miranda, a Pulitzer Prize, Grammy, Emmy, Tony Award-winning songwriter, actor, producer, and director. Lin-Manuel Miranda is a modern-day Renaissance man, the creator and original star of Broadway's cultural phenomenon Hamilton, and composer of In the Heights. This acclaimed creative has dedicated his career to the art form of the great American musical on stage and screen. In early 2014, Lin-Manuel began writing songs for the animated musical feature Moana, in which the headstrong title character fulfills the lore-filled quest of her ancestors. There's so much more to say about Lin, but let's move on to the last one on this list, Alan Tudyk. This multi-talented actor has appeared across stage, screen, and television, but it is his voice that has been heard by anyone who has seen Disney's most recent animated features. He has voiced everything from a baby goat, who has the heart and soul and voice of a suave leading man, to a skittish rooster on his credit list. For Alan Tudyk has been in every Disney animated movie since he performed the Ed Wynn-like voice for King Candy and Wreck-It Ralph. Alan has provided the unique animal sounds for Hey Hey and Moana, Tuk Tuk and Raya and the Last Dragon, and as a toucan in Encanto. He's also given voice to Knowsmore and Ralph Breaks the Internet, Hey Hey for Moana 2, and as Duke Wesselton in both Zootopia and Zootopia 2. I'm sorry, not Wesselton, it's Weaselton. Alan starred as the villainous Duke of Wesselton in Frozen and returned to the sequel Frozen 2 as a variety of characters, including the Northuldra leader. He also narrated and provided additional voices for Strange World and was the voice of Valentino the Goat in Walt Disney Animation Studios' centenary year feature, Wish. That is an incredible lineup of Disney legends, and I wanted to end this episode by talking about them. If you want to learn more information about all of this, simply head to D23.com. And remember, if you're a D23 Gold member, if you're a charter member, mark your calendars for March 31st. But if you're a D23 Gold member, mark your calendars for April 2nd. Thank you so much for listening to Imagination Skyway News. Be sure to subscribe to the show, and you can get ad-free episodes of Imagination Skyway News and our regular podcast and bonus content by subscribing on Patreon at patreon.com/Imagination Skyway. Thank you as always for listening to the show, and remember to keep moving forward.